during Mossadegh's premiership. Mossadegh had a foreign policy that he called negative equilibrium. He was rejecting this traditional Iranian concept of balancing foreign powers' influence in Iran. When it was proposed to give an oil concession to the Russians in northern Iran to balance the one the British had in southern Iran, he very famously said, well, this is like a man who's had one arm amputated, cutting off the other arm in order to have balance. It doesn't make any sense. Throughout the oil crisis itself, during Mossadegh's premiership, the Truman administration tries very hard to secure some kind of compromise. There's lots of mediation efforts, attempts to get the British and the Iranians to reach some kind of deal, but they're never successful. And the reason is because what Britain wants and what Iran wants is mutually exclusive. The Iranians are willing to give compensation, they're willing to, all kinds of formulas are developed for a deal, but what they're not willing to agree to is anything short of Iranian control of Iranian oil. Eventually the Americans essentially lose patience with Mossadegh and come to the conclusion that the longer this crisis goes on, the weaker the Iranian government becomes, the more likely that there could be a communist coup in Iran. Eventually, they agree to various British proposals to covertly overthrow Mossadegh. The coup is a real trauma in the US-Iran relationship. All those Iranians who'd looked to the US as a friend to Iran, as a country that stood on the side of Iran's independence, felt betrayed that the US had supported Britain in overthrowing a democratically elected Iranian leader. The challenge for the Shah after 1953 is how to convince people that he is some kind of authentic Iranian nationalist. And he never really manages to do that, I think.